Welcome to another edition of the Hgp Sports Cast. We hope that you had an enjoyable weekend. For us here at the Hgp Sports Desk, we were busy. Eagles crowned Georgetown Amateur Basketball Association Under-23 champions after another commanding performance to clean sweep the three-game final 2-0. Calvin Chapman was there and he filed this report.
After 1 month of competition, Eagles will now indulge in glory after the 6-point 91-85 victory over pace setters in Game 2 after winning the first game 95-86. Darrell Williams, Kevin Higgins and Travis Belgrave again turned in stellar performances, assisted amicably by Kwesi Thompson, Keon Evans and Sumish Danram for the title honors. But according to Thompson, their victory road was bumpy at the beginning.
We lost our first 3 games and we had to bounce back, and we were determined to make the Final Four. We rallied and we got wins after wins, but coach keep motivating us that we're going to win. And after our first game, our confidence was very high, and we came into this game with a chip on our shoulders. Even though I had a bad game tonight, I would say, I didn't affect the game with my scoring, but the players keep motivating me that keep playing, and I found other ways to affect the game. Rebounding, passing, defense, and we got to win.
Belgrave led the way once again with 23 points for Eagles, Williams 15 and Higgins 13. Belgrave spoke on the victory through the captain's perspective.
It was a fantastic win, you know. We played very hard, we prepared very hard for this tournament, and Payset is not an easy team to walk over, so it's a great feeling to win. It's definitely hard work, but yes, we came out on top, so I'm very excited, you know.
Thompson lauded Georgetown Amateur Basketball Association for organizing the tournament, and he stated that the school program would be something that the association can look at implementing in the future. Is there more they can do in terms of competition?
Well, yes, they can do more, because most of the competitions now by GABA are hosted in clubs. What I think they should be able to do is go into schools, starting from schools, so that to make the basketball competitive, as times go by, the players will be very skilled, so it'll be a tight competition. But I think that they should go into schools for us, let more students get involved in the game. So when they reach to that club level now, like out of school, right in CXC, it's gonna be a great competition.
We take you over to tennis now. Franklin and Edgell dominate senior male and female GTTA championships that concluded on Sunday evening at the National Gymnasium to hold the 2016 titles. Details in this report. Christopher Franklin Ayatus from table tennis paid dividend upon his return to the championships, taking top honors when he railroaded the Open Senior Male Division of the Guyana Table Tennis Association's Senior National Championships over the weekend at the National Gymnasium. Franklin topped the men's ranking in the round-robin finals, relegated Nigel Bryan to second and Idunu Lewis to third place.
I'm here today with a clear game plan. I know I don't have fitness, I haven't been training a lot. I actually done a week of training for this tournament. So I just came and stick to keeping the game simple and to win as much points as possible to work out.
Nicholas Romain provided the excitement in the C class and powered his way to victory with classical strokes against Tariq Sanders, taking all 3 games for the C-Class title. Sanders, as the losing finalist, finished second while Shavin Green copped the 3rd spot after he defeated Kesan Ninval. Nicholas Romain returned to dominate the B-Class, playing against Kevon Corbin, while Kyle Edgell relegates himself to 3rd place. Shamar Britton was made to work when he engaged his friend and rival Kyle Edgell in the under-21 category for his title. The encounter ended 4-1. Showdown in the female encounter, Chelsea Edgell took both the women's under-21 and open division titles.
Going into the finals, I was really nervous, and in the match, my coach, he kept me calm and told me that, you got this. And throughout the game, it was really good. She played really well. I just think that my coach's tactic was to keep the ball on the table and take the first attack on the ball, so it's pretty good.
Selena Jackman suffered the ill-fated loss to Chelsea to finish second, while Anika Phillips finished 3rd in the under-21 class. The women's single, Natalie Cummings was Chelsea's sacrificial lamb, and Jodie Ann Blake was the other podium finisher in the open division. In cricket news, Asad Fuddudin stroked his maiden regional 50-over century to steer Guyana Jaguars to victory over combined campuses and colleges, Marooners to finish the team second in Group B of the Nagico Regional Super 50 tournament. Here is more from Calvin.
Marooners batted first and scored 254 for 7 of their 50 overs through the efforts of Rovan Powell with an undefeated 63 and 22-year-old Barbadian Anthony Allen with 57. Veersamy Pomal took 4 wickets in that innings to see himself lead the wicket takers list in the tournament with 15 victims. Skipper Leon Johnson and Fooddin steadied the chase with a well-compiled 90-run partnership that saw Johnson got his 8th 50-over half-century. That came after debutant Kevin Boody, in for Shivnarine Chandrapal, was dismissed for 2 runs. After Johnson was dismissed looking well set for a big score, Royston Crandon and Fooddin concreted the Jaguars' steadied position with another useful partnership before Crandon retired hurt with Fooddin on 99. Fooddin, who is now the leading run scorer in the tournament with 250 runs, along with Stephen Jacobs, who scored a collected 15 runs, needed just 3 balls in the last over to cross the finish line. Guyana Jaguars will play Trinidad and Tobago Red Force in the first semi-final at Queen's Park on Wednesday, January 18th, while Windward Volcanoes will play Barbados Pride on Thursday, the 19th.
And we tell you now that Fruta Conquerors is getting gifts. Medicine Chest Pharmacy donate gears and equipment to Fruta Conquerors Football Club on the 17 elite team. Daniel Thomas, secretary to the club, with representatives, were on hand to receive the donations.
A few months ago, we had approached Mr. Fraser to donate gears to our elite under 17 team. Bearing in mind that the GFF should be launching pretty soon an elite under 17 competition for all the elite teams that come under the Guyana Football Federation. Aaron was almost immediately willing to come on board with the club, and this morning we'll be having a handing over ceremony for gears that have been branded with the Medicine Chest logo and a number of other items for which we're grateful for.
Captain of the under-17 squad, Jermaine Garrett, thanked the donors.
I'd firstly like to say thank you to the owners and the people in charge of Medicine Chest for donating these equipments to our club. And it will be a pleasure to play in the elite on the 17 league for the first time as it is the first one. And just like to say thank you to everyone.
Aaron Fraser, the donor, spoke on behalf of his wife, whom he credited for the gesture.
Like Mr. Fraser and others joining Conquerors and being on board and contributing to the 17 football or youth football in this country, because we know youth football need a big boost in this country. So I'd just like to thank him for donating this stuff for us.
Under 17 head coach Chavez Escott lauded the private sponsor for being on board with football development.
In response to the kind words that you've shared so far, I just want clarification. So this donation is actually courtesy of Mistress Fraser. I guess that's why she's my wife, because we share some common values. Principle among them is that of seeing the development of youths, especially youths in the more depressed neighborhoods, communities. I myself came from a depressed neighborhood, so it's always a good feeling, both for my wife and I, to donate to these causes.
The GFF is soon to roll out the Under-17 Elite League tournament for each of the senior teams in the Stag Elite League. And that concludes our sportscast. We want to thank you for listening. Let's take a look now at the weather forecast.